Let's be honest, life is hard. We're told to always stay positive, chase happiness, and think big, but what if I told you, that's exactly what's making you miserable? This is the message behind one of the boldest books ever written. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, by Mark Manson. That it's not about being careless or cold-hearted, that it's about focusing your limited energy on what truly matters, and letting go of the endless nonsense that doesn't. Let's break down the life-changing lessons, one by one. Not giving a fuck doesn't mean you don't care. Most people misunderstand the title. They think Mark Manson is telling us to stop caring about everything. But that's not true. What he means is, you should stop giving your time and attention to trivial things. You have a limited number of fucks to give in your life, so don't waste them on things that don't improve your well-being. Don't give a f about who didn't text back. Don't give a f about people's opinions. Give your energy to your health, your relationships, your goals, and your peace. In short, you can't care about everything, so care deeply about what really matters. Happiness is a problem. Mark says something shocking: the desire for a positive experience is itself a negative experience. And accepting a negative experience is a positive experience. What does that mean? It means that when you're obsessed with being happy, you're actually reminding yourself that you're not. Life will always have problems. You can't escape them, you can only choose better problems. So instead of saying, "I don't want problems," say, "I want meaningful problems." Happiness isn't found in avoiding pain. It's found in solving problems that matter to you. You are not special. This is one of the hardest truths in the book. For years, we've been told we're all special, unique, amazing, destined for greatness. But Mark Manson flips this completely. He says, you are not special, and that's perfectly okay. When you think you're extraordinary, you start believing the world owes you something. You chase constant validation and success. And when you fail, it breaks you. But when you accept that you're just like everyone else, you stop comparing, stop pretending, and finally start living authentically. The truth is, you don't need to be special to be happy. You just need to be real. The value of suffering. Every dream comes with pain. You want success. You'll face rejection. You want love. You'll face heartbreak. You want fitness. You'll face exhaustion. Mark Manson says the real question isn't, what do you want in life? It's, what are you willing to suffer for? Because your willingness to endure pain decides how much success you'll achieve. When you accept suffering as part of the process, you stop running from it. And that's when you grow. Pain teaches you. Pain shapes you. Pain gives your life meaning. You're always choosing. You can't control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. Even when life feels unfair, you have a choice, to react with anger or with growth. Mark Manson says, responsibility is power. When you blame others, you hand over your power, but when you take responsibility even for things you didn't, 'cause you become stronger, wiser, and more in control. The more responsibility you take, the more freedom you create for yourself. You're wrong about everything, but so am I. Most people live as if they already know everything. But Mark reminds us, we are all wrong, just in different ways. The more certain you are, the less you grow. Because certainty kills curiosity. Real wisdom comes from saying, I could be wrong, but I'm willing to learn. Doubt is not a weakness, it's a doorway to growth. Be humble enough to question your beliefs. And brave enough to change them. The moment you stop trying to be right, you start becoming wise. Failure is the way forward. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the path that leads to it. Mark introduces what he calls the do something principle. He says, don't wait for motivation to act. Just start doing something, anything. Because action creates momentum. Momentum creates clarity, and clarity creates motivation. Success doesn't come from confidence. Confidence comes from success, and success comes from trying, failing, and improving. Every step forward, even the wrong one, moves you closer to where you need to be. The importance of saying no. You can't say yes to everything and expect peace. Mark says your freedom grows when you set boundaries. Saying no doesn't make you rude, it makes you strong. When you say yes to everything, you lose control of your life. But when you say no to things that drain your energy, you make room for what truly matters. Commitment gives your life direction. Boundaries give your life balance. In short, every no to something meaningless is a yes to something powerful. And then you die. This is where Mark Manson hits us with the most powerful truth. At the end of the day, we all die. Every argument, every goal, every possession, it all ends, but instead of depressing us, this truth should liberate us. When you remember that life is temporary, you stop wasting it on things that don't matter. You start living with purpose, gratitude, and urgency. You forgive faster. You love deeper. You stop pretending. Death isn't the end. It's the reminder that your time is precious. Memento mori, remember death, and you'll truly live. Final message: what this book really teaches, Mark Manson's philosophy isn't about being careless, it's about being conscious. It's about realizing that you only have so many CKs to give, so stop wasting them on meaningless noise. Here's the summary of his wisdom: choose what to care about. Problems never end, solve better ones. You are not special, accept it and feel free. Pain gives meaning, embrace it, take responsibility, stop blaming, stay humble, you might be wrong. Fail, act, repeat, that's how you win, say no, protect your peace. Remember death, live fully, because the truth is a good life isn't about having more. It's about caring less, and living better.